portal. We're going to do our homework. And I think you're seeing more and more SWAC schools do it, and I hope they continue to do it because, like you said, Carlos, a quick fix isn't always the answer. Sometimes you have to build from the bottom up instead of from the top down. So we will see, with the portal being stocked, we'll see how Southern and the rest of the schools do. I think Bethune-Cookman's going to look pretty tough because they're behind the eight ball. I think Valley's going to look at the portal because their coach was hired late. Bethune-Cookman's coach was hired late, so they may be a little bit more aggressive in the portal than some of these other schools that have already, with coaches already there. But I think for the most part, I think coaches are going to take kind of a wait-and-see approach and trying to see what these players are like before they decide to grab them out of the portal.
Yeah, and you got a lot of pressure. I understand that. You got a lot of pressure as far as you got to win. And say this, it seems like, and some may disagree, but when we saw Coach Sanders come in and the success they had, it seemed like everybody was trying to use that blueprint. And that blueprint meant for everybody.
He turned over the team each and every year. And you're even seeing it now where he's at now in Colorado. They're turning over the roster. I mean, and I'm like, hey, let's just put a break on that. Still do things the fundamental way. You build the program up. You get players in. Coaching is still a premium, being fundamentally sound. And we saw what South Carolina State did. We saw what North Carolina Central did. Nobody gave them a chance in those ball games. But guess what it showed? Still, coaching matters. And both teams were physical and they were fundamentally sound. That's the way you go. And then you add pieces from the JUCO route. Then you can't go in the transfer portal. But you live by the portal, you're going to die by the portal. And you've got to have a mixture. But being fundamentally sound and coaching, again, matters. But that's the state, Charles, and just my opinion. When that happened, everybody in the conference, I think, panicked. And maybe not with the coaches, but let me be more specific, with the fans and the alums. It's like, okay, no. After that happened, you got to win championships and you got to win them right now or else. But that's not every person, but I kind of run across that. The pressure to win has been upped 1,000 degrees now. Let's just take a breath, calm down, and let's get back to basic football where coaching matters. A staff that helps, that matters. Because certain things are not going to change. Football is still football. You got to improve. And at the end of the day, when you got a player that's come in from high school, matriculate through their career, they've gotten better as a person and a player, specifically a player, and they've been successful and they help the program. But this quick fix attitude, my goodness, I think it's going to ruin it. It's going to ruin it if they're not careful.
Well, let's look at football and let's look at the quarterback position. The most important position on the field is quarterback, right? So name me one quarterback that's been in a SWAC program for 4 years from beginning to end. I can name one right off the bat. He was right here on this campus. His name was John Gibbs, 4-year starter in this league.
How about the young man from University of Arkansas Pine Bluff? That's another one that's been in the league. Yeah, I know he's from New Orleans, Louisiana. I can't think of his name right now.
Yeah.
Andrew Body looks like he'll be through 4 years. When you look at Southern, Austin Howard, he came through. But now it's totally different. I mean, I get it, the pressure to win, but some things are fundamental, and you know how they say a foundation. You got to have a great foundation. Even if you're talking about sports, you're talking about building a house. If that foundation is not solid, you don't have a solid house. And it just seems after that happened, Coach Sanders came in, had some success. Everybody just went well. When I say everybody, but from the fan base point of view, they have really went from 1 to 100
Yeah.
in a snap.
Well, I think that was because of the immediate success that he had. Remember, he was hired in August. He's officially on contract in December, and a couple of months later, with the COVID year,
Mhm.
that's when they played. And yeah, they won. They beat Grambling for the first time in 8 years and all that. And they stumbled down the
Mhm.
stretch in that COVID year. But then in year two, you see what he's done, and then the year after that, and then he's gone. So I think as players and as fans, we kind of live in the moment. We don't think that far ahead. So in that moment when Coach Sanders was there, Jackson was winning and at a pretty good clip. So there was this anxiety from fans, including ours. And I know coaches, they might not admit it, and ADs, they may not admit it, that we got to get this thing done almost as quickly as Jackson did. And so you had this rush to try to elevate your talent. Some fell short, but you felt like you had to do it because a team like Jackson State was dominating in SWAC football at that time. So the humanistic element, the pressure to win, not only from coaches, players, ADs, there's pressure because when football doesn't do well, who gets the axe? The football coach, assistant coaches, and then it trickles to the AD. And so now, if you're an AD, you got to find a coach that's going to match what Coach Sanders was doing. Although he didn't last long enough to be able to do a whole lot, he did enough. He won a couple of championships, and he's gone now. But I think we live in the moment. So I think that's just kind of where we are. We're a copycat. When one team does it, other teams are going to try to do the same thing to emulate that success, and they won at a high level. And so other programs are trying to do the same thing, almost in the same quick time frame. Doesn't always happen. Sometimes lightning strikes and it happens quickly, but most of the time it doesn't. But what have you got to lose?
Welcome, 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 welcome to the house. We are here live at BT Harvey Stadium here on the Black College Sports Network as we get ready for the maroon and white game here at Morehouse College. I am Sylvester Williams. They call me Sly the Sports Guy, and I'm joined by the one and only Mr. Roy Evans as we get ready for some exciting spring football. We got a new era, Roy. New era of Morehouse football. This is the beginning of the Wiltshire era.
That's right. A former Morehouse man himself, played football. Also a member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Got to give a frat brother a shout out.
We knew doing this thing.
Coming. Yeah, we knew it was coming, man. It was getting in there, but definitely looking forward to it as they set up and get ready for this offensive, defensive battle here to see what we got going and see what the Maroon Tigers are going to be working with next season.
All right, here we go. The offense, they'll be wearing white. Defense will be wearing maroon. It's a different scoring, just in case you're trying to figure things out. And as we get going, first handoff, getting the ball going, now we don't have the numbers in a spring ball, don't have a lot of numbers, so a lot of people are changing. But Johnson was your running back, and he'll be your starting running back for most of the year. Well, came into spring as your starting back, and look at him, covered up in the backfield. Taking down hard, taking down fast, and in a hurry. Number 33. We're going to get his name. If you're out there watching and you know who he is, somebody let me know. Your defensive lineman, he plays that defensive end. I talked to Coach Wiltshire before the game. He says he's going to have a multiple 3-3 front. So we'll see what type of defense that they provide this year. Morehouse will bring. Here we go. Shotgun formation, third down, 3rd and 10. They'll take the snap, looking, going for it downfield. A little bit of pass interference. Where's the flag?
Yeah, looked like he was being held up a little bit on that one.
I'm telling you, trying to go deep and get his man, but no flag whatsoever on that one. Hey, it's early season for the refs, too. The refs are still in spring ball, so they're still trying to figure out what's going on themselves in the early season. Now, we won't have any special teams, no special teams today. It's going to be strictly offense versus defense. You know, it's a lot of different type of ways you can play spring ball. You know, some coaches do the offense versus defense. Some coaches let the captains go ahead and pick the teams.
Yeah.
But this one is offensive defense. We're going to reset. First down, they'll get it to the outside. Nice little catch and knocked out of bounds. Number 47, I think the tight end caught that one.
It's like, we've seen multiple configurations ourselves. When we did Miles last week, the Miles offense started with, the Miles defense started with 24 points. And then it was up to the offense to score points to get them to come back and win the game.
Okay. Here we go, trying to get to the outside. Stiff arms a man, wrapped up. You got a flag, got some laundry in the backfield. Not quite sure what's the penalty, but this officiating crew, they're going to let us know. Yeah, I like that, man. I like that concept right there. Start the defense off, start them off with 24 points and say offense. Because I'm going to be honest. As a coach, if your offense scores 24 points, you're thinking, we're supposed to win this game.
Yeah.
We're supposed to win this game if my offense can score 24.
Yeah, I think that's exactly the thought process. It's up to the defense to now stop them and kind of say, hey, this is what we got actually going on. And, we're getting into this thing.
All right. Now, here we go. Working on the point system. The point system, the defense, they'll get 3 points for a takeaway. 3 points for 3 and out. So right now the defense should be up 3-0. 2 points for sacks. 1 point for a forced fumble or forced punt. Oh, look at the flare to the outside. Great defense coming up on that play, stopping them for a loss and no gain on the play. Good job by the cornerback playing coverage out there. And the defense will get 6 points for a touchdown. So if they get a pick six or a scoop and score, they're going to get 6 points.
Okay.
Now we're going to have second and about 12. Second and about 12, maybe 11 and a half. Depends on whose side you're standing on. Empty backfield, feeling the pressure, escaping, quick whistle by the referee. He's going to call that a sack. I don't know about that one. That's one of those quick whistles from the ref. I don't know.
Well, listen, maybe the ref is trying to stay in that form of spring ball. It's like, all right, it's over. Nobody do anything, although we do see that the Morehouse quarterbacks have on a maroon shirt, so we do realize that they are non-contact players today.
Exactly. Derek West in at quarterback. Number 5 is your returning starter. West, he throws the flare out. Ooh, Roy hit him in the worst place possible, Roy.
Right in the hands.
It hit him in his hands, Roy. Hit him in his hands. Come on. That's not how you win friends as the quarterback. Who is that? Charles Daniels.
And you're right. The defense is now up, folks, 2-0.
That wasn't quite a 3 and out because of the penalty. Well, I guess that would be a 3 and out. With that penalty, it'll be 3 and out. It's freshman day, I think, or incoming
student day, I believe, is what this is going on as well. They've got folks and parents on the yard, and I'm sure there's some recruits out here as well.
Some future Maroon Tigers. There's your counter coming, trying to get to the outside. Yeah, this defense is strong this year. And here's one thing. I talked to Coach Wilcher before the game. He says he's missing his 2 inside linebackers. My 2 starting inside linebackers are out. And then he says on that offensive side, I have 2 offensive linemen who hadn't practiced all spring. So
wow,
he has a little bit of the mash unit out here playing with him. Morehouse, they're going to line up shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the outside. There's your handoff. Daniels will have it, trying to break a tackle. Nope, that wasn't Daniels. Yep, that was Daniels, Charles Daniels, number 26, trying to get to the outside. Daniels, I think he picked up about 4 or 5 on the carry. Now we're going to have third and about 3. trips to the wide side, running back to the right of the quarterback. West will take it. West, quick out. Wide receiver wasn't ready. They called the 5-yard out in the huddle, and the wide receiver looked like he ran a 5-yard in.
Yeah, there was a little miscommunication there between the quarterback and his receiver in that sense. So I had to do some things. And so what we're going to do here through some of this slide, I'm going to be pulling it up here in a second, but we're going to take a look at that Maroon Tiger schedule coming up this fall.
Who do the Tigers have this year?
As we, let's see, pull this on over. Actually, you know what? Let me do this as an overlay. There we go. We start off with Virginia Union University in Canton, Ohio.
Oh, good SIAC-CIAA matchup.
There you go. Then Howard University up in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
Then they come back south to go to Albany State, Edward Waters, and Benedict. So we're going to come back to that here in a little bit as we continue with more of this matchup.
All right, here we go. Shotgun formation, 1st and 10, trying to find some running room. Look at him breaking the tackle, getting up there. I think he has enough for the first down on that one. Who is that? Charles Daniels making things happen out of the shotgun formation. Little inside handoff to your running back. Here we go. They'll give it back to Daniels. Daniels is going to be a workhorse. Now, once again, I talked to Coach Welcher before the game. And Coach Wilshire, he says that Stan Clayton is his offensive coordinator, and he said Coach Clayton likes to run the ball.
Oh, yeah. He and I had a conversation during one of the baseball games. He actually came out during one of the baseball games to check on a couple of the players out there who are dual sport athletes, just see how they were working and stuff. And he told me, he said, we're going to be putting it on the ground this year. So they better be ready, and they better be able to stop us because we let them know what's coming.
A bit of extracurricular activity going on over there in spring practice right there by the ball. Because these guys are tired of hitting each other, man. Been hitting each other all spring. One thing about college football, you play the spring game between each other. But what I've noticed, a lot of high schools, especially in the state of Georgia, they allow you to play the spring game against somebody
Jamborees.
else.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Nice, strong run to the outside. The big back. Number 38, chunky back in the backfield. Picking up the big carries. You got Johnson and Daniels, your 2 starting backs, and now you bring a little bit of change of pace with your big fella in there running.
Listen, we looking like different packages of thunder, lightning, and rolling balls, just getting it all in there.
Mm-hmm. Over here running on that side behind big number 18, Garrison Hand. He's a tight end. Got a holding on the play. Got a holding. Not quite sure who they call that holding on. But they do have a hold, so they're going to take it back a few yards. Garrison Hand, big tight end, number 18. I'm not quite sure how tall he is, but he looks like he's about a head taller than everybody out there on the field. He says that's one of the guys we're going to try to go to and make some things happen with the big man this year. Here we go, blocking. He missed his block on the outside right there. He might be a receiving tight end, not a blocking tight end.
Hey, listen, that's one of those things you're going to have to figure out. Get in there. That's do what's going to keep you on the field.
There you go. For everybody out there watching, hey, I want to make sure you tweet us, man. Make sure you tweet us. Let us know what you think. Let us know who should we be going for out here. The quarterback will keep it on that one. Try to spin it, breaking off a tackle. Oh, they're going to call him down. Yep, that quarterback contact. Jalen West in the game at quarterback. He is no relation to Derek West, the starting quarterback, but Jalen West, your backup quarterback, coming in the game. Trying to make a few things happen. But yeah, make sure you tweet us. Tweet me at Sly the Sports Guy. Sly the Sports Guy. SLYTHESPORTSGUY. I had to go slow.
I saw that.
I had to go slow now. I don't have that Morehouse education, so
You can also tweet us at MyBCSN and the number 1. And we should be able to check up on that and see how you guys are doing and enjoying it. There's a beautiful day out here in the ATL, and lots of folks sit down in the stands, good crowd, so it's nice.
All right, West trying to get outside of the pocket. West, he'll wisely throw it out of bounds. Didn't see anything there. Good coverage by the Morehouse secondary. Yeah, it is a great day outside, man. This is one of the days you love Atlanta right here. What they say, Feli forever, I love Atlanta.
Oh, is that what that's supposed to be?
That's what it means. Feli forever, I love Atlanta.
Did not know Feli was an Atlanta-based brand, or
Well, nah, I don't know if
you don't know if it's a brand. That's just what they took it and made it, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what they made it. I think Killer Mike said it.
Co-oping it. There it is.
Matter of fact, Killer Mike, a Morehouse alumni. Here we go, looking downfield. There's the pressure. He'll escape out of it. Nice drop-off pass. Pick up of about 7 on the catch. Pick up of about 7.
It's 3rd and 13, but so right now the defense is taking control of this.
Defense
So it's
pitching
4th.
shutout.
Yeah, they're up 5-0 right now.
It's funny when you look, you see the coaches on the field. Because it's spring ball, coaches can get out there. Oh, right off the fingertips. Gotta catch that one, big man. See the coaches out on the field coaching, trying to
Right.
Kind of reminds me of Pop Warner football a little bit.
During the game, that's how they are in the back. They stand back there behind the play and watch it go, and their coaches, right there.
I guess the guy. You know what? That is not a coach in the center of the field. That is the head
Coach.
No, that's the head of the. If you can follow me around the 45-yard line on the other side.
In the gray hat?
In the gray hat right there, he is the head of the officials. He's the guy right there. He's your head of the officials. That's why he's in the middle of the field. He's not.
So he's watching the officials practicing and
right.
getting them in place.
Now back to action. They're gonna throw over the top. Nice catch. That's how you rebound from a drop pass. You catch the 5-yard out, pick up the first down, and a plus another 6 or 7 yards.
Apparently, so I gotta keep up with the score. Apparently, so the offense made the defense had another point for forcing a 4th down, I believe is what that was.
Yep, forced punt. Oh, look at that, man.
Okay, the offense trying to move a little something now.
I think he's found the receiver in number 47 right there. And here's the thing about spring ball, you want to find what works. You want to find those combinations that's going to work for you, that receiving combo, who you can go to when times get tough, when you need a big play. And I think they're finding them.
Yep. They are set right up on the 50-yard line.
They're going to whistle them down right there. I like the shiftiness of Jalen West, though. He seems to be a guy who wants to pick them up and put them down, move those feet, try to get to it. But spring ball, they're going to blow that quick whistle on the referee. It's going to be, a quick whistle on the quarterback.
So here's the official setup for how the scoring goes. So while scoring in the maroon and white game, the offense will be traditional. The defense will receive points for takeaways, 3 points, 3s and outs, 3 points, sacks, 2 points, and forced punts, 1 point, in addition to 6 points for any defensive touchdown.
Yep.
And we got him going deep here.
Oh, almost an interception, but he threw it out of bounds. Did we get that information from the world's greatest SID?
That is from Miss Tatiana Stans. She's tuned in, checking us out. Hey there, Tot.
From the world's greatest SID. Keeping us informed, letting us know everything that's going on. little bit of confusion trying to get that play in. Offensive signal callers calling everything in. Stan Clayton, like I said, Clayton's your offensive coordinator. Clowney is your QB coach. He's been working with the West guys. And here, speaking of West, he's going to pick it up, put it down, trying to get to the outside. And they're going to mark him down after about a 5-yard gain. He'll get about a 5-yard gain on the play. West showing he's a threat outside of the pocket. And here we go, clock counting down, about to be the end of the first quarter. It's the end of the first quarter, and right now, the defense is on top. 8-0. We're at the maroon and white game here at the house, BT Harvey Stadium.
We're going to take us a quick break. You'll be able to check out a little bit of the Carlos Brown Show until we come back.
Not working. Never, ever not working. Head and Shoulder Scalp Shield. Never not working.
From novice to aficionado, find yourself here. High-quality cigars plus personal customer service with Slow Burn. Visit our website, www.slowburnwaco.com. Slow Burn is Waco's only mobile cigar lounge featuring a meticulous, curated collection of premium cigars. It's more than a mobile lounge. It's an environment and an experience rich in history, luxury, and personality. An elegant extension of any celebration occasion. It's the perfect escape and meeting place, a space where you can relax or enjoy a shared passion. Have Slow Burn plan your next big event.
Portal, it's almost like you have to keep dipping on a regular basis. It's habit forming, ain't no doubt about that. And but bottom line is you never know what you're getting. If you don't have a history, with that particular kid, or know somebody that knows that kid that can, vouch for the character of that kid, or what.
Welcome back to the house. We're at the house, BT Harvey Stadium, here live on the Black College Sports Network. I am Sly Williams. They call me Sly the Sports Guide. I'm joined by the doctor. The one from A Line from Life.
That's right.
The one and only Dr. Joseph Fowler Jr.
Yes, sir. How y'all doing?
Doing great, Doc.
Good.
For all of you all in the Atlanta area, man, you like me, might be having a little bit of back problem. You need a chiropractor. He is the one.
Yes, sir.
He said he'll lay hands on you.
We're definitely, not only me, but my business partner, Dr. Brandon Williams, we will definitely lay hands on you.
And we give our shout outs. They're both brothers of Alpha Phi Alpha.
That's right.
So we get them. We got a bunch of alphas on the network. So we get it. We give them their props.
That's
and
right.
Get them in there.
That light. That's right.
There you go. But I can also speak to the work because he is my chiropractor.
Yes, sir.
And it puts me in, gets me in, and keeps me going in good shape as we get back. But also wanted to bring him up here, get a little insight from him. He knows a player or two that may be out here on the field.
Speaking of player going deep on the outside, that's West. That's Derek West back in the game, trying to hook up with Pride. Trying to hook up with him, couldn't quite get it. Now to bring up second and long. Now, Doc, who do you know out there?
So number 53, my nephew, Reginald Allen Jr.
Okay.
He's already made a couple of tackles in his first quarter, so definitely proud of the brother. He's a freshman and determined.
Okay. Where's Allen from?
He's from Atlanta. And he graduated from Redan High School last year. And like I say, he's definitely determined, not only with football, but academics. He also plays tennis for Morehouse as well.
Okay. Redan out there on the east side.
That's right.
All right, here we go. Run by Johnson. He'll pick up the first down on that one. We got first and 10. Derek West lined up at quarterback. 3 receivers to his left. He's looking to his right, finds a man wide open. And he lowers that shoulder, picks up about 14 yards on the pass and catch for the first down.
So, I know Coach has his ways of doing this. I was just thinking about it, with the defense being able to get even the single points for forcing like 3 and outs, You think that maybe the offense should be able to get at least 8 points for first downs?
Nah, you don't get 8 points for first down in the game.
Yeah, this is true.
And see, here's the thing, and this is the scoring. The way the scoring breaks down. If the offense gets a first down, that really takes away those cheap little scoring points
For
from
the
the
defense,
defense.
correct.
So the offense, you got to establish
You
yourself
to stop it.
get a
There you
first
go.
down.
Doc,
Yeah.
Doc, let's do this as we continue to go through this, and the folks are watching the broadcast. Talk to us a little bit about A Line for Life.
Yes, sir. So, Line for Life, we are located in the Lakewood Heights area of Atlanta, which is right near Tyler Perry Studios, Old Turner Field. We have late hours. We open till 9 p.m. We do provide transportation for our personal injury patients, auto accidents, slip and falls, and our youngest patient to date in office, 2 days old. Oldest patient, 99. We have cancer patients, stroke patients. A lot of people come to us with sinus issues because you can get your sinuses adjusted, and it takes care of all of that. So, as we always say, auto accidents, wellness care, slip and fall. We take care of it all.
Man, that is something special right there, man. A lot of people don't understand how important your back is until it goes out.
Yes, sir. It runs everything. See, when chiropractic is done properly, we, as chiropractors, take care of the nervous system, specifically the central nervous system, which consists of the brain and spinal cord. All your other systems, hormone, immune, respiratory, reproductive, musculoskeletal, doesn't matter. They all run off of that central nervous system. So if the central nervous system is not operating properly, none of the other systems are going to operate properly. I don't care how many drugs you take, how many surgeries you have.
There you go. And looks like we were having a conference here. The defense came on a jailbreak. Looked like they ran a blitz. But the refs threw a flag and blew it dead, so I'm assuming it was a holding call, but there was a conference. So just like we talk about the practicing for the players, these refs are down there getting the work out as well.
Mm-hmm. You got two squads out here, two officiating squads. You got your first string and your second string out there trying to figure things out. Here we go, trying to throw it away. And a flag flew out toward the end. It's probably in that area of holding.
Yep.
Hopefully the quarterback got it away so it wouldn't be a sack. But that's Derek West in that quarterback, your returning starter. Returning starter from Morehouse. A lot of new faces. Coach Wiltshire, he said he got the job late. He got the job in February. And so that's in the thick of recruiting season right there. So he's trying to learn his players. But he seems like he has a grasp on his young men he has out here. Coach Wiltshire, we talked about a little earlier, he's a Morehouse guy. Morehouse man, he's a Morehouse man. Graduated in 92. He had some coaching stops at UMass. Worked at Lehigh for a good little bit. And he spent his last 6 years at Rice University. And then what they say, when mama calls, you got to come home.
Yeah, that's right.
There it is.
So he answered the call.
And one other thing also I have to mention about Dr. Fowler here, he is a Morris Brown graduate.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Morris Brown, he has lots of things going on over there at Mo Brown, new president.
Yes.
Trying to restore the luster and the shine
That's it.
that was there. And, one of the things I like to have conversations with folks and let them know, and people didn't realize that Morris Brown never shut down. The university was never shut down. So, I think a lot of folks, when they hear accreditation, their thought process is, something bad is wrong with the education at said university. Right. And most people have no clue that your accreditation 99% of the time has nothing to do with your academics.
No.
It is completely centered around your ability to receive federal financial aid. And so there were just some things that need to be taken care of, but that school remained open the entire time, and then now they are fully accredited again.
Yes.
And getting everything going, and students are getting back engaged. And as a HBCU, that's our thing, man. We support each other, and we love each other to death. And like we say, hey, listen, that's my cousin. I talk about my cousin. Y'all better cut it out now before we get over here and have to straighten you out now some stuff. So as we have a little break, let's go ahead and finish taking a look at the rest of the schedule for Morehouse. And so we're at September 23rd. Now they have Edward Waters on the road. Then they also go to Benedict the next week. The next game is October 7th against Tuskegee University. It's going to be held in Birmingham, Alabama. And then their first official home game will be on October 14th when they play Miles College here. Then they go to Fort Valley on October 21st. And then the 28th, they have Kentucky State here. And I believe those are the last two games. Clark Atlanta is homecoming. The Kentucky State game is the homecoming game on the 28th. And then that last game in Atlanta is going to be against Clark Atlanta, but that's going to be across the street. So that's technically not a home game for them.
But they're going to bring the thoroughbreds down here for Spell House.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. And we will be here for that this year.
I tell you, man, looking forward to that matchup, man. I love being around the campus doing Spell House, man. It's always a good time, man. It's always a good time for homecoming. I love being at HBCU homecomings. I've been calling games 20 years. Well, as a matter of fact, good tackle.
Who is this number 4? Do you know who that is?
Do not have a name for number 4 for Maroon, but I love the way he came up and made things happen, man. Came up from the free safety position.
Sure did. Came off that end quick. And by the time he got over there, looked up the running back. He met the running back at the ball at the same time.
I'm telling you. And you got to like that well-called play from the coaching staff, too, to call that blitz.
Yeah.
Right there on time, coming all the way up from that safety position on the blitz.
And he gets points. He gets 3 points for that.
But I like what they're doing with this 3-man front. They're rotating that outside backer to the strong side. Here we go, trying to run underneath, just powering his way forward. I think that's Charles Daniels. Daniels and Johnson getting the load, the running load this year, carrying the ball.
Like I said, Coach said they are going to run it. So we want to see that. I don't know. Have we seen just a dominant power run game in the SIAC recently?
Well, it depends on your definition of dominant. Now, Kentucky State always runs the ball that triple option. I don't know how dominant they are, but they run it.
Right.
They run it. Benedict had a really nice mix last year.
They had a mix, yeah, they did.
They had a nice mix.
With Eric, I believe it was Eric Phoenix, the young man's name. I know his last name was Phoenix.
Yep.
But when you got that quarterback back there, it makes your run game easier. Because 9 times out of 10, they're not going to stack the box on you. They're going to have to put people in the backfield to deal with a great passer as he was. So,
and I think Coach Ruffin down there at Tuskegee, they like to run the ball at Tuskegee last year. I know Coach Ruffin's our first year at Tuskegee. Now he's moved on up to
AD.
AD. But I know Tuskegee liked to run the ball too. I think we did a game. Well, I did a game on ESPN for Tuskegee when they played Central State. And they had 2 running backs. One went for 200-something yards, and the other one went for 150.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, almost an interception. Almost in and out of the hands of the DB.
Hey, that's one of those things that shows why you're on the defensive side of the ball, huh?
There you go. Showing why he plays DB and not wide receiver. A lot of penalties on this Morehouse offense. Oh, no, that wasn't a penalty. That was 3 and out. They're just going to move it back and restart at the 35-yard line, 1st and 10. West still in at quarterback.
Well, maybe it looks like they're keeping it at 4th and 5 is what they're actually doing to give them.
Ooh, a lot of miscommunication. And here's the thing, Roy. Brand new coach, putting in a new offense, new offensive coordinator, new offense. So you're going to have some miscommunication in this early going. And that's what this spring ball is.
Yeah.
To kind of get some of this communication in game time action, because you had your running back running a 9 route straight down the field and the quarterback threw her out.
Learning the terminology.
There you go.
That's always one of the things that a lot of folks don't realize that can be difficult when you transition from one coach to the next, especially if they have different philosophies.
Exactly. Here we go. 2nd and 10. Had a penalty on that one. Referees going to confer, figure out what was the call, figure out what was the penalty. And we got a running clock. Clock does not stop. So referees need to hurry up and make their mind up on this
right.
job.
Let's get this done and get it moving.
I know it's a good day outside. You know what it is? I think the referees, they know it's a televised game, so they want to get a little
Get
bit
their
of
little
that camera
shine.
time.
But they got to work out their kinks too. So
Yeah, there you go. But I do like that. I like how the conference, they bring in for all of these spring games, they bring in 2 sets of officials, and they just let the officials kind of sub their way in and out, and one observes. And then you have the main guy over there. He's teaching and critiquing at the same time. Everybody's trying to knock the kinks out in the early season. I mean, in the spring season. Here we go. Shotgun. 3 receivers to the left side of the field. Looking, trying to throw over the top. Throws a wobbly one up there. Good defense. Way to get your hand in there and knock it away. Oh, he threw the late flag. Oh, that was a late flag. Oh, they're going to call pass interference on that one. He threw that one late. I don't know if that was a pass interference. Boy, I might have to argue with him on the defensive side.
Yeah, hey, you got to be able to see what they're talking about sometimes. They're looking at this thing and trying to get it going. And, yeah, see, it looked like the coach had it over there, too. Like, all right, ref, please explain to me what this pass interference is looking like.
And here's one of the things. Here's one of the things about what I'm seeing out of both West as a quarterback for Morehouse. When they're trying to throw that deep ball, they're putting a lot of air underneath it, and they're not throwing that tight spiral. What you want to see out of a quarterback throwing it deep. Got to get a tight spiral on that thing and kind of lead your back. So not your back, your receiver, so you can run up under it and catch it. Just a couple of things. That deep ball, that's what separates you.
Well, yeah, that's going to be the thing. So, that's possibly one of the things that coaches are trying to figure out today. If we're, because here's the thing you have to think about. If you're going to be a predominantly running team, you get good way into the game, folks are going to recognize that you're trying to run. Mm-hmm. So you will have some down the field one-on-one opportunities available.
Mm-hmm. And that play action comes. You set up a nice play action. You run that thing 2-3 times in a row, and then the play action comes. They got you a winner. You got you a winner once that play action works, man. And that's why you want to establish the run, establish, and then hit them over the top with the play action. All right, here we go. Third and 15. Low snap. They'll throw the quick out. Oh, he might have heard footsteps on that one.
Yeah. Looked like a little concern about that turning and running faster, though.
I'm telling you see some of these linebackers scooting over to you. It makes you think about it. What they say, you have to make a business decision.
Well, listen, we're going to keep going. Well, folks, go ahead and make sure you get your pens and your paper together or get something out to take this number down because we're going to give Dr. Fowler an opportunity to give the phone number to a Line for Life here in a little bit so that you guys can definitely get in and get your appointment set up and get out there and get your nervous system checked out and aligned for a healthy life.
For life.
A line for life. I like that. A line for life. Let you know they come in. We're going to straighten you all the way out. All right, here we go. Shotgun. They're going to go three receivers to the wide side. There's your safety blitz coming. They picked it up. Nice catch. Drop off.
He gets the first.
The big man breaking tackles, man. We talked about him a little bit earlier. Garrison Hand, big number 18. They said they want to use Garrison Hand a lot this year. He says that's the one they want to go to, the big tight end.
So, I'm going to check something out. There is a baseball player who will be out here, and I'm trying to remember the young man's name.
Well,
I believe he's been. Go ahead.
While you're picking up that name, got a penalty on the floor. I mean, on the ground. I'm sorry, I'm still in basketball mode. We got a penalty on the ground. Derek West was rolling out to the left. Now, Derek's a left-hand quarterback, so that's why a lot of these plays are going out to the left. Getting it to your lefty.
James Thorpe is the young man, and now I was hoping that they had his stats and stature on there, because the young man's got to be about 6'5". He's a good 252, so he is a handful, and he's a great baseball player. I am interested to see where they're going to put him at, where he's at on the field. He's a freshman, so he's going to definitely be someone to look forward to, because I don't believe he's practicing because he is in baseball season.
Oh, okay.
So that was a penalty on the defense. Where was it on? Because it's 1st and 2, what it looks like now.
Well, yeah, first and about 20. Here we go. West looking, feeling some pressure, rolling out. He'll pull it down, and they're going to tag him down after a gain of about 5 on the play.
No, yeah. I'm not sure what they have on the scoreboard. It looked like 1st and 2. And then I looked at where you had the marker. We saw the markers and that's about 20.
Yeah, I stopped looking up at the scoreboard. I just looked straight at the markers. And we'll figure it out from there. Here we go. 2nd and about 15. Still have those trips on that left side of the field. One lone receiver down on the home sideline. Now they're going across the top.
He's out there by himself. Boom.
Look.
Juke twice. Carpet monster got him.
Now, here's a guy we talked about before the game. Coach Welcher talked about. This is Mr. Pride. He lined up on the outside a lot last year, but they decided they were going to move him into the slot. They wanted to take advantage of some of his speed and move him to a slot receiver. And he's one of those guys that they want to look for. Here we go. They'll hand it off on the inside, trying to break to the outside, and he'll scoot and move around and pick up about 3 on the carry. Who was that? That was Johnson. Johnson on the carry for a pickup of about 3 or 4. Once again, man, we love shout-outs, man. We love talking to people out there in the crowd. Make sure you tweet us. Let us know what you're thinking about the game. Hand it off on the inside one more time. That was the Charles Daniels Chuck Wagon picking it up about 2. Tweet me at Sly the Sports Guy. Roy, they can tweet you at MyBCSN1.
They can tweet the network. Yes, they can.
Tweet the network. We got the president here, so somebody should answer if you tweet. We got the president, the owner, and the founder. So if you tweet, So if we tweet that MyBCSN1, somebody will get back to you.
And 9 times out of 10, it probably won't be me, just because I'm really not on Twitter. I am an old fogey. I do Facebook. I think I may get a little better coming into the new season, though, Sly.
There you go.
That may be it. I may do a little bit better and start replying to a couple of tweets, Doc.
That's it.
Shout out to Corey Hodges. Corey Hodges out there watching the game. We see you, Corey. We appreciate you. Who else out there? Coach Meza, Arturo Meza. Coach watching the game. I'm pretty sure Coach got a few players. Down there he might want to send up to Morehouse. All right, here we go. 3rd and 2, ball on the 4-yard line, a ball on the 3-yard line. They'll get it off before the horn. It doesn't matter. They can't get it into the end zone. Defense held tight before the half. Are they going to let them play? They go, all right, 3rd down, 4th down. Okay, yeah, they go, hey, don't worry about the clock. It's spring ball.
There you go.
We're going to give you this time to convert on 4th down, see if you can punch it in. And I tell you, when you talked about you being old, I'm old too, man. I believe, man, you're on the goal line. I want to see a fullback in the game.
There you go. That's that old football. Do people even know what a fullback is these days? Power eye football.
There you go. Here we go. Shotgun looking. There's the pass across the middle to catch and a touchdown. Number 9 with the touchdown reception. Beautiful.
Profiling, getting his little shine on. Like, son, y'all still down. But no, this is practice. We know the kids are having fun out there.
Yeah.
But that was a good drive, 65-yard touchdown drive.
They put the points on the wrong side of the board for that one. As it should be 6. Well, as you all see it, it's 6-11. The offense scoring their touchdown.
I think they're going to get a chance to go for 2, the 2-point conversion.
Yeah. Hey, listen, you might as well practice them during the springtime. Get yourself ready for that.
I tell you, because you never know when you're going to need it.
That's it. So, Doc, why don't you go ahead and give the folks your telephone number and website so they can check up with you guys? And
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So the number to get us is 404-383-1110. Again, that's 404-383-1110. Now, you can get us on our website at alignforlifewellness.com, but let me give you a more easier way, and that is yourfinespine.com, and that is yourfinespine.com. Yourfinespine.com.
all right, there you go. Definitely, folks, check them out. Trust me, you will not be sorry. As we take a look right now at the offensive unit, coach is talking to his players, getting them ready. It's like, hey, this is something we need to be well on. Know how to handle these 2-point conversions, because they are becoming very key in the game. I think a lot of folks are starting to use them more often.
Mm-hmm. I used to know it was I call ball all over the United States, but I remember I called the game in Arkansas. It was Arkansas State Championships, and I forgot the name of this squad because this has to be about 15 years ago. But their coach did not kick field goals, did not kick extra points, and on the kickoffs, every kick was an onside kick. He did not kick deep on any, and he went for it on 4th down no matter where they are on the field.
Wow.
No matter where they were on the field. He says the only time he punted the entire year, they were inside the 10-yard line. It was 4th and 20-something, and they were inside the 10-yard line. And on that time, he lined up in the shotgun, and they quick kicked it out the shotgun.
Okay.
And he said, and I think he still coaches out there in Arkansas. They won the state championship. They won the game.
Look, okay, then he must be doing something right.
I cannot remember the name of this school. I cannot remember the name of it because it's been a long time. But they did not believe in punting, kicking field goals, or kicking deep on the kickoff.
Mm.
And he scored a lot of points. He said statistically, it just makes sense. I mean, I guess the analytics. The analytics, it made sense for him not to do it. All right, here we go. 2-point conversion time. They'll have 2 receivers to the wide, tight end, in tight, big number 18. There's your jet sweep to the outside. Oh, a little bit of trickery.
They got it.
Look at him pulling all the tricks out of the playbook.
That was a nice one.
There you go. Caught him off guard with the jet sweep for the touchdown. Oh, and the pass. Look at that. My goodness, they'll take it.
They get the 2 points. Score now 8-11. Defense still leads, but I believe we're getting ready to go to what may be considered the halftime and then get ready for the second half.
All right, we're here at the house, BC Harvey Stadium, for the maroon and white game as we get ready to go into the half. We'll see you back here on the Black College Sports Network.
You need to go get some help right away, and hopefully through spring ball you can kind of see, what those positions are. I think the flip side of it is that if a kid doesn't play that well during the spring, now they're ready to jump into the transfer portal, that sort of thing, because, coach is going to demote me to the second string. So you find more positions like quarterback, running backs, wide receivers, that sort of thing. Those guys are pretty much more apt to kind of jump right into that portal, after spring ball, hoping that there's a greener pasture out there somewhere. So, it has its advantages and disadvantages, I think.
You agree, BJ?
Oh yes, yeah, I agree. I think that's
One.
All right, we're back. We're back. Here's the thing about spring games. They're going to line you up in different situations. And this time they're practicing starting inside of the 3-yard line. Wow, that's a tough one right there. They're going to see if they can drive the whole field.
Yeah, or see what the defense can do to stop it.
See if the defense can pick up that safety. Here we go. First run didn't get anything. As a matter of fact, lost a yard on the play. Lost a yard. Bring up 2nd and 11. Ball on the 2-yard line. Shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the wide side. Blitz coming from the outside. They picked it up. Nice pass to the outside. This young man, number 47, that's about his 4th caught pass this afternoon.
Yeah.
Gotta get that
Give
young
yourself
man's
a little,
name.
give yourself a little breathing room so they get out there.
Here we go. They're going to shotgun.
3 wide. Yeah.
Now looking, there's your blitz. He throws it over. It looks like he was tipped when he threw it.
No, they threw that one away.
Defense calling for a safety, but you're not going to get it.
Yeah, they're gonna say he got rid of that one, but he was throwing that one away. His receiver had already gone past that point. He just needed to get in there. They came in with that blitz.
Could not get it, and that's going to be a 3 and out. They're going to reset it. Defense will pick up a couple of points for the 3 and out, forcing a punt. Now it looks like they're going to pull the offense off. Send in the 2nd unit, I think. This is one thing I love, a beautiful day like this, man. You got the both teams out here. You got quite a few fans out here checking it out. You got the recruits standing on the sideline. You got alumni down on the other end. A couple of the big wigs out here. You can tell the big wigs when they have on the Blazers.
I was about to say the Blazers. Look for the guys with the Blazers. Those are the big dogs.
So those are the guys you might want to follow.
Yeah, because we get shots of the fans and the audience who are sitting out there watching. Like I said, a lot of the incoming freshmen getting their opportunity to tour the campus and see this Maroon Tiger football team as well as just different students coming around.
You know what? Just one of the jewels of Atlanta right here, this Morehouse College campus. All the construction going on down over here, 2 buildings. Now, I'm not sure if those are Spelman buildings or Morehouse buildings that they're building over there in the background.
I believe those are actually Spelman buildings, but I wasn't sure because initially I thought it was for the medical school.
Okay.
But they are Spelman, okay.
They are Spelman, okay. Well, another added benefit if you go to Morehouse, right here beside Spelman.
It was interesting to me. I didn't understand that concept of how all that worked together with the schools, but they actually partner freshmen with each other at those 2 schools.
Yep, they line them all up in a line, and that is your Spelman sister,
right?
That is your Morehouse brother.
And getting close to the first down at least here is running back. That was
that's our guy Daniels, I think, Charles Daniels.
Okay.
You start calling him Chuck Wagon. They call him Chuck. Young man running hard. All right. This time we're going to have three receivers out. Got Pride in the slot. Working to the outside. He throws back to the other side. I like that. I like that. The left-handed quarterback throwing back to the right side on the out. Pickup of about 5. Here we go. Shotgun formation. Blitz coming from the outside. Good pickup by the offensive line. Nice catch on the outside. He'll have the first down plus a whole lot more. Good job of picking that up by the offensive line.
Yeah. Defenders weren't within 15 yards of that receiver when he got that ball, so I'm not sure if that was a missed assignment or somebody just kind of weren't sure where they were supposed to be.
All right, here we go. Oh, nice hands. Get up there. Who is that? Tyler Davis. Tyler Davis getting up there, putting those hands up and swatting it down.
Yep, if he would have grabbed a hold to it, he would have had him a pick 6.
I'm telling you. Wasn't nothing but space and opportunity in front of him. I tell you, good job by the big man applying pressure. He played safety last year. They're going to move him over to cornerback.
Okay.
He's a big cornerback, too, about 6'1", 6'2".
Oh, nice.
Lanky fella on the outside. Oh, there's your pressure. That's going to be a sack. That's going to be a sack. Jalen West in that quarterback for Morehouse. Score up another 2 points for the defense. All right. Oh, look at that. Another tackle for a loss. Way to get in there. .33 on the tackle. Had to do a little bit of celebration on the end. Huh? Go ahead.
Hey, there you go. Let's get it in.
Go ahead, get it in. It's early season. Uh-oh. Look like somebody coming out on the field. We're going to find out if he any good. Number 53 running out on the field, Reggie Allen. I know the doc kind of perked up a little bit.
We definitely, like I say, he's definitely made a couple of plays already, but we're going to see what he's going to do. Because we know it's not a one-quarter situation. It's all 4 quarters.
Uh-oh, we put the pressure on him, doc.
Yeah, he did. Right. Now he plays middle linebacker?
Middle linebacker, and that's him. He enjoys it. Kid that likes to hit. But he definitely enjoys it. And he has 2 younger brothers coming behind him. So
okay.
the one right up on him is in 11th grade, and he has a 7th grade brother that's coming behind him. So.
Well, that's rule number 1 for middle linebacker. We got to like the hit.
That's right.
You got to like to lay that leather if you're going to play middle linebacker.
Yes, sir.
I tell you.
Some iconic NFL players in that position.
Oh, yeah. I tell him all the time, he kind of remind me of Mike Singletary.
All right.
Oh, now you're giving them big shoes to fill.
Okay, now.
Yes,
Wide eyes, baby, wide eyes. What you see.
That's it.
All right, here we go. It'll be 1st and 10, ball on the 3-yard line. They're resetting it. Sending a man in motion. Now he'll turn back and he'll drop back. Ooh, high snap, but there's your handoff. He got out of the end zone, found some room. He's at the 10, made a man miss, and he'll be brought down right around the 18. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
And I
sweep to the right side there.
I think we have a new quarterback in the game. I do not have his name, but we're going to figure out a name for him. Way he went up high to get that high snap. Still another high snap. Nope, that's the same quarterback. That's West. My bad. That's West. That's Derek West still in that quarterback. Number 5. All right, here we go. Three receivers in. There's your snap. Looking, the lefty throws, finds his man.
Mm.
Nice form tackle,
Yeah.
brought him down.
Yep. Great tackle. He was standing right there, squared up on him, didn't give him a chance to make any moves. Put his shoulder pads right in his numbers.
That connection, that West to 47, don't know that young man's name, but he has about 6 receptions. He has 5 or 6 receptions so far. He's been making plays. Oh, look at that. There's the blitz. Hard work on the outside by 48. Fighting off that tackle, that offensive tackle, and still coming and picking up the sack on the backside. That'll bring up 4th down.
We're looking to see. They're looking over to get the play.
So
Defensive coach is still coaching.
Yeah, got to coach to the end. Got to coach to the end. Look at him in the bottom of the screen. Still giving some tips and pointers out there to his young men, getting his young men ready.
As we get it set.
All right, here we go. 4th and about 8. 4th and 8.
Quarterback talking to his running back.
Now they'll look, still looking. Tosses it out to the outside. Tries to stiff arm, but he'll go out of bounds and then nowhere close to the first down.
Yeah.
Good job by the Morehouse defense.
And that was number 49 and 53 was right behind him on that one. Didn't get his chance to put any hands on him, but 49 was able to run him out of bounds. We've got a clock stoppage.
Okay, first time that happened must be a timeout.
Right. Yeah, it looks like that's what the ref was out there signaling, because I'm pretty sure he wasn't out there exercising. Not jumping jacks, anything of that nature. But for those, to let you guys know, coming back this Thursday, and that will be April 27th, 28th, and 29th, we will be here broadcasting the SIAC championships for the track and field. So those events will get kicked off, and make sure you come on out and enjoy it. Again, that is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of next week.
Live from the Edwin C. Moses track. You know, I'm in no, I pose no threat of breaking any of those records on the track.
Yeah. I've just heard somebody say 1:30 on the clock 3 times.
I pretty much gave up on the clock.
I'm not.
You know, here's the thing about the spring games. You know, they have a clock. It's up there. It's running. But coach says, hey, I need more time. We're going to get some
We
more
can
time.
get more time, exactly.
You know, that clock is nice background noise. That's what that clock is. But, yeah, man, you get to see some of the speedsters out here for the track and field. But you know what my favorite race is in the track, Roy?
Which one?
Everybody likes the 4x100. Everybody likes the 100. You know, my favorite race in track and field is when you watch the mile and you watch the two people competing not to come in last. That's my favorite race in all the track and field. Watching the two people not trying to come in last in the mile run. That is the best race in all the track and field.
So again, folks, join us live from here at BT Harvey Stadium on Edwin C. Moses track for the 2023 Cricket Track and SIAC Track and Field Championships. You can also visit our SIAC page and see the volleyball championships. So congratulations to Edward Waters University for winning the men's volleyball championship yesterday.
Yes, sir. Big win by
Yeah.
the Tigers.
Yes, one of the Tiger packs here in the SIAC.
It's a lot of people in the Cat family. In the
Yeah,
SIAC.
there he is. So.
Let's see who we have. We have Benedict Tigers, Morehouse Maroon Tigers, Edward Waters Tigers,
Savannah State Tigers,
Savannah State Tigers. What's Tuskegee?
the Golden Tigers.
Tigers.
I'm trying to think who else is no thoroughbreds. Then you got
Albany,
the
the
Rams, yeah, and the Wildcats.
Alice, the Yellow.
So you have Wildcats. They're
Wildcats.
cat family, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, you got
Wildcat
Wildcats.
family.
I think that may be it.
That might be it. That might be it, man. A lot of cats.
There you go.
Running around the SIAC. You know, Edward Waters, we might. I'm not sure. They do the Big Cat Classic.
That's them versus Florida Memorial Lions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they sure do.
That was a good matchup. Got to see that. I got to call that one last year.
Okay.
Down in Miami. Got to go to Miami. I did enjoy it myself.
Clark Atlanta Panthers.
Yep, Clark Atlanta Panthers.
Knew there was one other one that we were missing, and that's the one right across the street.
Yeah, oh, they're going to get mad about that. Uh-oh, nice pass to the outside. Tried to get it to Pride.
They get the first down, but definitely were stacked up.
I like that Morehouse running a little tempo, no huddle. Trying to speed things up. Two receivers, both sides of the field. Here's your snap. Looking. Nice dump off. And
Okay.
that one will be close.
Now,
just a bit
they
short.
should have. I think that's what they were trying to do, trying to run a 2-minute drill
Gotcha.
while they wanted 1:30 on the clock. And the clock should have stopped when the young man ran out of bounds.
And Coach is sitting up here yelling at Coach Wilson's yelling at the clock operator. I don't think he can hear you from down there.
Right. Yeah, so it actually should be right at about 55, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
56. Yep, so yeah, I knew it was somewhere around there.
Trying to get that 2-minute drill.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. We think we're going to wind things up. Here we go. Third and about two. 56 seconds on the clock. Two receivers, both sides of the field. Look like pressure coming from the outside. They'll drop it off. Nice pass, and he'll get out of bounds. Perfect play.
Yep.
Perfect play. Saw the pressure coming from the left side. He drops it off on the right side, picks up the first down, and gets out of bounds. That's what you want in this 2-minute drill. Here we go. They're going to keep on going. Two receivers, both sides of the field. Waiting for him to get the chain set. Throws across the middle. Nice pickup, nice catch. And he made his way out of bounds.
They were coming in with the blitz that time, and he was able to pick up that hot receiver as his running back out of the backfield.
West doing a great job of finding that hot receiver. Derek West.
The defense definitely is putting pressure on him.
And the defensive coordinator is not happy at all. He is not happy at all. Going out on the field, the young man defensive coordinator threw off that headset. He was not happy with the Maroon Tiger defense. He's calling everybody out. He wants the whole team to get some of what he's giving right now.
Yeah, that's right. Everybody on the sideline come over for this one.
And, here's the thing about spring ball. In spring ball, we never run conditioning during spring ball. Spring ball is never conditioning, so it's always more of a relaxed feel during conditioning because the way they figure we're gonna work you all off season. We're gonna get you in shape. But normally, like during the fall after a scrimmage, you still got to run conditioning or run gassers for the mistakes that you made. And I got a feeling right now, your defensive coordinator may want some of these young guys to run some gassers or conditioning after what just went on that last play.
Again, as we are out here getting ready for that play, look at it. They got a little few food trucks over there.
I see it. I was planning on making a visit after this game.
Yeah. I think, what is it, hole in the wall? Mm-hmm. They might be all right. They have a line.
I'm telling you. Oh, nice
move on there.
Middle. Ooh, way to come up and lay the lumber on that one right there.
And that's going to be, are they going to give him a penalty? Because he walked over him?
I think they're going to let him slide. They're going to let him slide on that one. But that's a great pickup. We got a timeout, 32 seconds left. I love the way Morehouse, the offense, they're managing the clock on this 2-minute drive here.
Well, yeah, that's what I thought they were doing, too. They are definitely getting the first downs that they need. So, when that end game, what that does, that gives you the clock stopping as they are resetting the chains.
We're going to have a timeout on the field. I talked about my favorite event doing track, Roy. When we're watching this, the SIAC Championships next week here on the Black College Sports Network. What's your favorite track event?
Well, when I did run track, which I did run track, I was a sprinter. So for me, it was not the 4x100 though. I'm more into the 100-yard dash guy. I'm like that. That's the lightning on the track, man. You get those 100 yards in there, and it's just boom, pow. A straight line, just right down there and getting it going. So,
I hear you. What about you, Doc? What was your favorite event?
Well, probably would be the 4x100 for me.
4x1.
Yeah. I like the team concept. Everybody has to be coordinated. You got to pass that baton at the right time, and all that. So, that's actually how we can get ahead in this world. None of us are alone, and so nobody has pulled themselves up by themselves. So you need help. So yeah.
There you go. All right, here we go. Shotgun formation, a little bit of movement up front.
I was about to say, yeah. That's the second time too. The first time I noticed it down here on this end when they were coming up out of the end zone. The left guard was just up and back before the ball was even snapped, but nobody said anything. So I was like, well, okay, I guess if the refs aren't going to pay any attention to it, why should I?
But that's the thing, though, man. When you have a tough defensive front up front, and you're putting pressure on that offensive line, you get that offensive line to get the happy feet.
Mm-hmm.
Jump out of there kind of quick.
Reset the clock to 39 seconds. 39 seconds.
They're working hard on this clock operator.
Listen, spring game for them as well.
They're keeping him on his toes. Here we go, shotgun. West, he'll drop back, throws over the top. Ooh.
Oh, yeah, definitely another one of those situations where we were expecting two different routes.
Mm-hmm. Wide receiver ran a post route and looks like he threw a flag.
That exactly is what happened there.
So, but we do have, like we said, we got a new coach, new offensive coordinator, brand new offense. So still learning the terminology. Last year, 82X might have been a post. This year, 82X might be a flag. Who knows? All right, here we go. Second down and 15. Second and 15. Still in the shotgun. This time he'll have trips to the right. The lefty, he'll step up in the pocket, throwing over the top. Has a man!
Got him.
Touchdown, Maroon Tiger.
Isn't that the same young man that scored the first one?
That is him. That is him. We got to figure out this young man's name. Number 9. Doing big things, scoring the touchdown, going over the top. And the young man letting everybody know he scored the touchdown. I think we got a penalty somewhere back here. Didn't quite see what the referee called. But the touchdown will stand. Now both teams huddled up trying to figure out what they have going on. Now, Doc, I know you're on Morehouse Network here, but who do you follow? Where's your allegiance lie?
Well, for me, is really, I graduated from Morris Brown, but for me, where I am now, it's just all HBCU. Now, of course, since my nephew is playing for Morehouse, we're going to lean more toward Morehouse right now. But ultimately, though, it's just all HBCU and the black excellence that all of the HBCUs produce.
There you go. That's a good answer. If I was on Family Feud, I might clap for you on this.
At least 2 claps.
There you go.
So went to do a little research. We believe the last name is Phillips, who is the son of a former Morehouse player, apparently.
All right.
And of course, they are going for 2.
Here we go. West will line up. This time they'll do the same. Now they're trying to throw it. Oh, good. The defense was ready for that one. They tried to run the same 2-point conversion. This time they wanted to throw it back to the quarterback, but the defense was ready. They were ready for that one. Good job by the defense of saying, nope, not going to get that one this time. That'll make the score 14-15. 14-15 defense on top. The Maroon squad on top of the white squad. Here at a beautiful day in Atlanta, Georgia. I tell
Getting
you,
like the natives, I took that T out of that.
I tell you, man.
Atlanta.
Starting to feel like I'm from here. I've been here for a while now.
Well, Atlanta will grow on you.
I tell you, forever I love Atlanta. Fila. I tell you, I do enjoy the city. I enjoy, my years of coming down to the AUC and calling the games, over at Clark and here at Morehouse. Getting the chance to see some of these good young men play ball. Seeing some good football here, especially in calling some of these great SIAC games.
What do we have?
Now going to overtime. Okay, so now they're going to practice the overtime rules, the Kansas City shootout, where they line the ball up on the 25-yard line. So now this is the scenario that they're going to use now, the Kansas City shootout. This is one of my favorite rule changes in college sports, when they decided to go to the Kansas City shootout and line it up on the 25 and give both teams a chance. I love that. I really think the NFL should go towards something like, instead of the 25, line it up on the 45 and give both teams a chance to score or stop the other team from scoring.
Well, but then do you just do it the one time and let it go?
Nah, in college, you keep going.
Okay, right. So,
And I think that's the NFL problem. The NFL problem, you stop after 2 periods. So, it doesn't happen often, but,
right.
every now and then you have a tie game. And where I'm from, they say a tie is like kissing your sister. Unless you're from Alabama, that ain't really cool.
I'm gonna leave that alone. I am not gonna talk about people in Alabama. I have contracts in Alabama. We're gonna let that be where it is.
Yeah. I don't like a tie ball game. I don't think anything should end in a tie.
See, no competition in the tie, huh?
I'm a winner. Maybe I should have said Mississippi. Shout out to the good folk in Alabama.
Especially our friends over there at Miles College, one of the partner universities to the network.
Got to see a little bit of Miles during basketball season. Got to check them out. You can go back and check the archives. Go to MyBCSN1.net. Check out the archives. See some of the great Morehouse basketball this year, Morehouse baseball. Oh, look at that.
Oh,
breaking tackles trying to get there, and they'll get out of bounds.
Number
Johnson
21.
on the carry. That'll bring up 1st and goal. Ball on the 8-yard line. 1st and goal. They'll hand it back off to Johnson. Johnson working his way up the middle.
Touchdown.
Touchdown. Maroon Tigers. And somebody hit the backflip over there. Who was that? Pride. Hit the standing backflip. Showing a little bit of athleticism. Guess you can get away with that in the spring game.
Right.
That might be 15 yards to the regular season. Go ahead, get it out your system. Get it out your system now. I do enjoy this, man. I can't get it up, man. This is what spring football should be, man. Great day, man. You're looking in the background of the campus. You see people walking around, people taking the tours of the campus, the prospective freshmen taking the tours of the campus. My niece was up here last week. They had, for Spelman had their prospective week or whatever for the youngsters. And this week is Morehouse. Here we go. They'll hand it off, just run it up the middle. I like this guy right here. I like the big back. Change of pace guy right there. One of those running backs run behind his pads.
North and south runner.
There you go. Look at him. North and south. Straight up the middle. I tell you. Carrying people. We're going to start calling them martyr. Might have to charge people for a ride. 75? No, Marta don't cost 75 cents no more. It's been a while. Marta cover $150, $2.
$250.
$250. Oh my goodness. There you go, running. Now he's trying to get to the outside. How's a nice block carrying these people into the end zone? Oh, we got to get a name for this young man. 38 with the touchdown. Like the big man carrying the ball. We got to find a name for this young man. That's the thing about, and here's the thing for our youngsters. If you're a young guy out here watching, the transfer portal is so huge now. Kids coming in, not getting that playing time their freshman year, and then some of them say, okay, well, I need to transfer. I need to go someplace else. Well, here's the thing. Spring ball, that's how you work your way into that lineup for next year. Like, I talked to Coach Welcher before the game. He gave me his 2 starting backs, his 2 guys who were going to get the bulk of the carries. Now, true enough, Johnson and Daniels has got the bulk of the carries, but this young man, number 38, he's came in the game. Every time he's touched the ball, he's made his presence felt. He even had a touchdown. You know, he got 3 carries on this series right here, 3 carries for 25 yards. So this man's earning him some playing time.
Most definitely.
Let's see. I'm trying to find his
Or
name.
now 26-15.
That may be Joshua Weems. Not quite sure. If that is Joshua Weems, freshman out of Stockbridge. That may be him. Not sure. Woodland High School. That's not too far from my house.
Okay.
If that's him. If not, we're giving Joshua Weems some credit. Trying to get to the outside. There's a flag on the play, but nice hard running. Oh, late flag coming in there on the end. Might have been a face mask. We got a flag on this side of the field. That's usually a offside if it's this far back. Might have been a free play for the offense. Not sure. Referees, they're huddling down there. The referees right there on the 20-yard line. Let's try to see what peek into the huddle a little bit.
See if my lip reading skills got any better.
I tell you. Take that extra long time in the huddle, trying to get it right.
Mm-hmm. Which most fans, I don't think, mind. Look, as long as they come out with the correct answer.
Exactly. As long as they get it right. They're going to back it on up. That'll bring up second down. So it'll be second and about 7. Second and about 7. Nice run. Ooh, nice hit right there. But I like the way he's churning those legs. Churning those legs, keeping things going. Number 20 on the carry. And here's the thing. These backup running backs from Morehouse, man, they're running strong. Backup back. Let's see. He's number 20. Let's see if we got a name. I'm looking at last year's roster, so it might give the wrong name, but that's Zion Bowie. Oh, high throw to the outside. I don't know if he got his feet set on that one.
Yeah, and unfortunately for him, his receiver was wide open. He was getting a little pressure up the middle, but the receiver was over there in that area all by himself in the flat.
If that is who I think that is, number 20, Zion Bowie, maybe, from Attapulgos, Georgia. That's the name.
Hold on, let me take a look at this
Yeah,
one.
you can take a look at this one right here. See if you know what that is.
Attapulgos.
Attapulgos?
I would say, yeah, Palugas. I'm not sure. Gus, I think they use it the other sounding of it.
Ooh, the blitz coming straight up the middle.
And they got him.
And they got him coming straight up the middle. Who is that? 42 on the play.
42 and 29 looks like was engaged in it. As they say, a host of Maroon Tigers.
That may be Caleb Grant. Caleb Grant out of Stone Mountain. At the Parkview High School. Local Atlanta guy. Atlanta metro area guy. Parkview. Talk about baseball. Parkview always has a great baseball team. All right, referees meeting up in the middle of the field. Not quite sure what's gonna. Is this the ball game?
It looks like it is.
It may be the ball game. Both the offense and the defense gathering together in the middle of the field. This may be the ball game,
And the refs are walking down to the other end, as you see, doing their thing.
And I think the offense is gonna win by a score of 20-17. The offense, the white team, will pull off the victory. The white team will pull off a victory. I think we got 2 touchdowns by number 9 was named Phillips. And also number 38, I think that is Joshua Weems. Joshua Weems scored the other touchdown for the offense, for the white team.
Well, what we're going to go ahead and do this, Liza, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break, let folks watch a couple of clips of some things we got coming up on the network. We're expected to be back with an interview from Coach Wilshire, get him to talk to folks and everything on the live stream. He did say he was going to make his way up here. So we will get that done. But if you guys hang tight, unless you got some other things you want to close out with before we get to him.
Well, it's just been a great day of football here, spring ball. I mean, glad to be joined by Dr. Joseph Fowler Jr.,
Yes,
A
sir.
Line for Life, A Line for Life. Go and check him out. Make sure you check him out for all your chiropractic needs.
Yes.
Where can they check? What's that website one more time?
yourfinespine.com. 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 If you want to be fine, take care of your spine. We got you.
There you go. There you go. Well, I've had fun. I've had fun here at Morehouse on a beautiful day. We're going to wait for Coach Wilshire. We're going to come back after this commercial break, and hopefully we'll be back with Coach Wilshire, and we'll talk a little bit more Maroon Tigers football.
Curious, when people work in sports, I always want to know, how did your love for sports begin?
That is a fantastic question.
Thank you.
I'm not sure how I can pinpoint when the bug bit me, but I always talk about in our house growing up, there was always a black and white picture of my mom's basketball team. And so I grew up knowing that she started as a freshman. She was also part of integrating a predominantly white school. And so she would tell me about some of the struggles that were involved with that. And so I think that always I kind of wanted to make her proud, and I always felt like the bar, she never said that, but I always felt like the bar was going to be starting as a freshman and doing those other things. Although I played softball in high school as well, basketball was my first love. And ironically, one of those things when you looked at that, something for so long, I did start as a freshman. And one of my most favorite years of all in sports was that freshman year when I was allowed to play on the junior high team and the high school team. I grew up in a small Class B school, and so absolutely loved that year where I was playing basketball 5 to 6 days a week.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, and like you said, you just wanted to make her proud, even though she never said it, but you was trying to follow her footsteps, and that's pretty cool. So as I mentioned earlier, you're a Hall of Famer from your alma mater, with such honors as Player of the Week, OIC Scholar Athlete, OIC and District 9 All-Conference teams, and Northwestern Ranger Queen. What amazing accomplishments. How, with basketball classes, possibly campaigning for Ranger Queen, how were you able to juggle all this and keep your GPA up?
Well, it's one of those things that I absolutely loved college, and some of my friends from the Baptist Student Union, they were my sponsoring group for Ranger Queen.
Okay.
They talked me into it, and ironically, it's the first time that I learned that other people other people can see some things in yourself that you may not see at the time.
Right.
I never ever considered myself Queen material at all, and I wouldn't have had the nerve to do it had some of my friends were like, "Hey, we'll help you with the posters. We'll help you. We'll back you. You can do this. Everybody knows you." But they didn't know me in that realm. And so I don't know. That was a very eye-opening and life-changing time for me as well. So to be voted in by my peers at a PWI meant a whole lot to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I always saw myself just as, you know, a jock, an athlete, a scholar. I did see those things as me, but a queen, I never saw that.
Well, you're a queen, sister. That's for sure. You are amazing. Just, you know, researching and reading your bio, I was like, wow, she is amazing. And that's why I'm so excited that you're our very first guest. Eddie Rogers, you were inducted in the Hall of Fame at Langston in 1998. I believe 9 years after you graduated, or 8 or 9 years. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. How was that moment for you to be honored in that way?
You know, no one really prepares you. It's like when you're excited about it, and I was honored. My family was there to see me inducted, but I was not prepared for the rush of memories as you're getting ready to thank those that have played a part in your induction. I just saw the hours and hours outside playing on a grass court, the excitement when my dad built my first goal. And it was big because he actually had a welder. I had the metal pole, everything, still had a grass court. But I mean, I looked at all the hours that were spent in the backyard and that had brought me to that point. The sacrifices that my mom and dad had made. We weren't rich by any means. My mom was a school teacher. And, you know, all of that was full circle. And I just felt grateful to God that he allowed me to experience that moment.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, Eddie Rogers, you served 4 years as an athletic director for women's sports and was selected as AD of the Year for Region 6 in 2003. Now, I never knew there could be separate ADs for women and men's sports. Could you elaborate on that for me? I mean, why was it just for women's sport?
So at that point in time, we were at NEI Division I school. And so we split the responsibility. Part of my time, there were 2 years that the other men's AD.
I did want to talk a little bit about bowls, and people have asked questions about the Celebration Bowl in terms of the payout. What does that look like? Just to give you updates there, you're talking about $1.2 million payout in terms of the bowls that go to the conference. A percentage of that goes to the institution, depending on the split, 75-25 for the Swac, 70-30 in terms of the MEAC, or that was the last percentage breakdown in terms of what that looks like. But I want to do a little comparison so you get a chance of what does that look like. Obviously, you have the major bowls, and you've seen what they do as they off the chart in terms of the New Year's Six, $14 million, significant type of money. But you see how long they've been in the business for the Rose Bowl, going back 100 years. In terms of what they do there and how they're tied into the CFP and how they have really engulfed all the money. But if you look at some of the other bowls out there, there was an article that talked about the Quick Lane Bowl, really focusing on New Mexico State, which it was encouraging fans to purchase tickets And it wasn't so much about purchasing a ticket. Obviously, you want to support your team, but a lot of it would maybe be at the distance that a lot of fans wouldn't necessarily travel for a 6-6 Aggies team that was playing a 6-6 Bowling Green Falcons team, if you would, coming out of the MAC all the way in Detroit. So they were asking fans to support the team that did make a bowl and purchase tickets so they could donate them to Detroit area youth. That's a great thing for the youth to get a chance to get out and see some college football. But I wanted to get into some of the money. When you talk about this particular matchup, when you see what was going on here, 3 things to know about the Bowling Green as they entering into at that time the Quick Lane Bowl, which was this past week, if you would, a week ago, I should say. The university closed travel cost them $400,000 travel to Detroit. When you talk about the Celebration Bowl, one thing is unique. You heard last year they got the deal with Delta actually flew the teams in there to Atlanta, and that was at no cost to the teams. So you didn't have to worry about that type of cost where you see it doing $400K for Detroit. And so some interesting things there when you think about it. But this is really it was interesting when I seen this when you talk about these payouts. Because a lot of folks talk about $1 million, $2, $3 million payouts for these bowls. One thing people don't realize, a lot of times these bowls are a bigger number in there, but they'll charge you, as you see, for your travel, your hotel stay, food and things of that nature while you in there. They'll also charge you for the band in terms of the band and who you bring in there. They'll charge you a ticket price for the band members in the stand. And so the payout for the Quick Lane Bowl was $150K. Yeah, let me say that again. The payout for that bowl game was $150K, and which is why you see the fact that they were encouraging their fans to buy tickets, because this is where it can get a little benefit to the team. New Mexico State athletic director was quoted saying that the university will retain 100% of the revenue from the first 2,000 tickets it sells, 50% of the next 2,000 tickets, which by New Mexico wants its fan base to purchase all of these tickets, because if they did, they could recoup $420K in terms of what that means. So just to give you some indications of what's out there and why you really need to look at the contracts, or at least get some more information of some generalities of these various bowl games to get an understanding of what that looks like. So just on the surface, I'll go to you, Charles. What are your thoughts in terms of what that looks like when you see, especially some of these small bowls, in terms of what they bring to the table when you compare? Because a lot of folks will instantly go to the larger bowl games and say, hey, they're paying out this. And just so one of the things we always like to talk about only is the business side. So you see some of the numbers that go out there and get an understanding what that looks like. What are your thoughts?
Tremendously enlightening to really find out some of the ancillary costs. I think that those are things that you almost oftentimes take for granted, Dr. Gill, that you know, those the charging for the band and things of that nature. So you never sort of calculate those into what goes into the bigger picture. But it's fascinating to see the numbers finally, you know, out there for all of us to really grasp and understand, you know, what a jewel that you have within the Celebration Bowl, I think.
Yeah, and you see the numbers continue to move up, which always helps both in terms of attendance and the ratings, which is more powerful. So when you sit back in the table, it gives you a chance to continue to push for bigger payouts. Mike, what are your thoughts in terms of just getting a different framework of the bowl landscape, how varied it can be at the time?
Yeah, you often wonder, you know, you look at all of the activities that take place, and then you look at, you know, who's transporting the group here, who's transporting the group here, who's paying for this dinner, who's providing gift baskets for the team. Those are all costs that are buried underneath the umbrella of the bowl cost. So, and you take that into consideration, and then you wonder, does the bowl game have the sustainability of growth and volume over the course of 3 to 5 years to kind of, you know, eat a lot of those ancillary costs down, you know, such as transportation costs, hotel costs, dining costs, you know, their awards cost, or whatever. I think in some bowls, some of the bigger bowls, I think some of the players get gifts or whatever. You wonder where that's covered, what pot that's covered in. So you get all those little, I guess, trinkets into that big basket of bowl costs. And then it gives you a different insight on, is this a viable bowl game? And like CB said, all that in consideration, it gives you more of an appreciation for not only the performance of the Celebration Bowl, but the growth that you've seen over the last 5-6 years.
As I mentioned earlier, with John, you're the executive director of the Celebration Bowl. Just curious, how does one become an executive director of the bowl? I mean, what are the qualifications?
That's a good question, because I still don't know the answer to that. It wasn't really something that I was pursuing. I was chief executive for 100 Black Women of Atlanta, and we actually ran a game, the Atlanta Football Classic, that featured Florida A&M and Tennessee State.
Okay.
And when ESPN was looking to launch the bowl game in Atlanta, they reached out to me through the commissioner at that time to have a meeting with them. Okay. And so the conversation sort of led to an offer to join ESPN. And I initially was a little hesitant, but just simply because I was enjoying what I was doing. But I enjoy building things, and I saw this really as a great opportunity to build something institutional for historically Black colleges and universities, HBCUs, and to work at putting us in a space where we aren't, as it relates to being with the other bowl games. And although the Celebration Bowl was sort of a legacy of the Heritage Bowl, which was a legacy of the Pelican Bowl, that it was our desire to make sure we were able to institutionalize this in a way that, 50 years from now, 100 years from now, that this game would be very, very viable and would certainly be functioning at a level beyond what anyone would imagine today.
Absolutely. And so in 2015, that was the first year the Celebration Bowl was correct?
Correct.
Well, you said ESPN, so who pitched it to ESPN? Did ESPN come to somebody, or someone actually pitched it to them?
Dr. Dennis Thomas, who was the commissioner of the MEAC at that time, approached ESPN with the idea to get engaged with the bowl game. It wasn't called the Celebration Bowl at the time; it had no name, because the Heritage Bowl, which preceded that, had actually gone defunct. I think it was back in 1999, around that time, and so pitched the idea to ESPN, and it actually took 10 years after that for the MEAC chancellors and presidents to vote to approve giving up the automatic qualifier to go to the playoffs and actually go to the bowl game. So initially, again, it was his idea to pitch it to them, but as I tell people, there's a lot of great ideas out there that are in file cabinets and some in the trash heap, but because it takes three things to actually put something together. It takes an idea, then it takes someone to finance it, then it takes someone to build it. So it's a three-phase.
All right, welcome back to the house. We're here at BT Harvey Stadium. I am Slider Sports Guy Sylvester Williams, and I'm joined by the one and only Coach Welcher. Coach Welcher, we just got finished with spring ball. Got to see some of your guys out here for the first time in live action. You got to see them in front of fans on a great day. The big question is, what do you think about them?
You know what? I think we're right where we need to be. My goal is to get 1% better every single day. Rome wasn't built in a day, but I think we're on the way to building Rome, so I feel good about that.
All right, now I saw a couple of players all throughout the game, a couple of guys that kind of stuck their way out. I'm going checking my notes, man. You know, you had the two dynamic backs, you had your two speed backs, but you had a big back came in there, number 38. Didn't get a name for the big guy, number 38. Scored him a touchdown in the Kansas City shootout. What was that young guy's name?
Joshua Weems, and he's a young man. He's been working hard all spring. And, you know, talented backfield. I feel excited about them, but to have a number of guys that we can hand the ball to, that means we can change tempos and we can pound the rock like I want to in the fourth quarter.
Okay, and now another player that kind of stuck out for us early going on, didn't get a name for him, but number 47, tight end, kind of big receiver, caught a lot of passes, got about 5 or 6 passes in the first half. Who is that young man?
That's Kai Teague. He's a freshman. He works hard. He's doing great things. He had a great day today. You know, he's up and down in the spring, but he showed up big today, and that's what we're looking for, people who can make plays when the lights come on.
All right, and who else? We had one other guy, I think number 9, that might have been Phillips. Did we get that name right? The guy who caught you 2 touchdowns, number 9.
I'm trying to remember.
you knew, Coach. You don't expect you to
I think that was Keenan. A new name. Was a new name that caught those 2 touchdowns. So I got to go back and check. What's tough is sometimes they change numbers from practice jerseys. So, like, we got one receiver wearing 81 the whole spring. He's been wearing. It blew my mind. Now, you know, all these guys, they've been working hard. And I think they believe and trust what we're doing. So if you get that, if you get some trust and belief, I think you can go a long way.
Now, what about on the defensive side? Now, you had some couple of guys step up big for your defense. Who did you saw that kind of caught your eye on that defensive side of the ball?
Well, you know, I was fired up. D showed up, D-line, rushing the passer. DeJuan Wright showed up, rushing the passer. And then out the secondary, safeties come down, make some plays. So that's what it's all about, and we got to be able to hold up on the corner. You know, we always got to improve tackling out back. I mean, that's every school in the country. So, but we'll get there.
Yeah, one of those safeties I think was number 4. He came up, made a big stop in the backfield on that safety blitz, well called blitz by the defensive coordinator. The fans, I think they've enjoyed from our tweets what we received during the game. I think the fans enjoyed what they've seen, and they expect a lot of big things out of Morehouse. I'm just glad to have you here talking to us, Coach. And like we'll at the Black College Sports Network, we want to say good luck, and we hope to see you a lot during the season, Coach.
Tell you what, like I've been saying, I've been hashtagging all spring, hashtag Morehouse Rising. We coming. We coming, so just getting a little bit better every single day. So we're going to get there.
There you go, Coach. Good luck to you. Thank you, Coach.
So Coach, we're not going to let Coach run out, but we are going to get ready to shut things down. So if Duke can get ready to close us out. The last thing I want you to do is give us a little bit of something for the faithful. What does Morehouse Nation, the Tiger Nation, need to be ready for this fall? What do you want to say to get them hyped and get ready to be here?
Man, first of all, pack your suitcase. We're going to be traveling everywhere. So I used to work at University of Massachusetts, and when I was there, they had the slogan, anytime, any place. I'm stealing it. Anytime, any place, we're going to be ready to play. So just pack your bags and let's go.
That's right. So if you're a Maroon Tiger anywhere within a 3-hour drive, you don't have absolutely no excuse because they're going to be all up and down the East Coast in this season. So for Slider Sports Guy, Roy Evans for coaching the entire Maroon Tiger staff, Duke, you can shut us down here.
Certainly applaud Dr. Thomas for the idea. And I applaud, ESPN stepping up and saying, hey, we had to finance this. And then, we were fortunate that we were able to come in with our team and actually build it. And so that's why we have what we have today.
That's awesome. The first time that I actually came to the Celebration Bowl was in 2019, and She Say Sports was just taking off, and I was working with BJ Jones and Charles Bishop. They were showing me the ropes, and I was trying to get on Radio Row. I couldn't get there. Something was going on that they stopped it or whatever, but I was amazed at how it was just like, for us, I had never seen that before. And it was a beautiful thing, and you guys have done an amazing job, truly an amazing job. Absolutely. So John, how does the Celebration Bowl continue to stay nimble in the era of television market share and ever-changing landscape? Simply put, how do fans define what is the growth of the Celebration Bowl?
That's a very good question. I like to, I always begin with the end in mind when I'm looking at anything. And the ultimate goal for us was to build a Super Bowl, to build our Super Bowl.